Hey there, little mama. Let me whisper in your ear.
Hello, beautiful beings. How are we doing today? Welcome in, Red Shirt. Hi, Al. Hi, Coconut. Turfy Wiggle. How we doing today? um, I don't know. Good morning. I haven't finished my coffee yet, so we're close. We're close, but I'm slow starting today, as you might have picked up from me starting late for me, which means on time, according to the schedule. How we all doing? Let me know. Actually, Al, if you're lurking and actually listening to me, I have a proposition for you. That's gross, Al. Like, I'm glad you're here, but I'm sorry that you're awake. But Al, do you want to do a voice line for one of my redeems? Yeah, I didn't think you'd have a problem with me propositioning you. Because I think it would be funny to have you do the voice for the take a break redeem. So the go piss girl redeem. I'm glad you're having a more positive day, Coconut. I know you've been kind of stuck in the doom spiral lately. So I'm glad that you're having some more positivity. Oh God, that's such a mood, Red Shirt. It was hard for me to get out of bed this morning. I had a bunch of like weird dreams that totally messed with my like brain function. Because I like every single ghost I've ever had in my past visited me in my dreams last night. It was so weird. Yeah, fair, Al. If you want to pick yourself, I'm fine with that. You can be in charge if you would like to be. But also you can just do all three and then we can pick which one or something. And like no rush or anything. But I just thought of that while I was starting up and thought that would be really funny. Yes, I love the distraction method for spiraling. It works so well. I actually just started a new, well, I guess I technically started two new games, but one of them is kind of just a chill, no real end game kind of thing, and the other one is like an actual story-driven game. But I started both of those this last week because I got stuff from the Steam sale. So I've been playing Lost but Found, which is like a little space management game. I saw that I had been playing it too, and I know Kat picked it up because I said I was enjoying it. But you basically are just handing out lost items to customers in an airport, basically. But I'm having fun with that one. It's a very nice chill game to do when I'm like listening to an audiobook. It's like the perfect level of gaming and mental stimulation, you know? And then I also started a star named Eos this week, which I haven't gotten super far in, but I'm really liking it so far. Mm-hmm. Rhythm games are fun. I don't know that I've done a reverse rhythm game. I guess I've also been playing Just Dance, which I guess could theoretically be classified as a rhythm game, even though they usually put the beats in with the lyrics and not the actual beats of the music, which messes with my brain. The fantasy, which one, Al? I know you have a few of those. Okay. Maybe if I leave this on high, my coffee will actually get warm again. That's fair. Ah, gotcha, Al. I don't know much about the Final Fantasy games, honestly. But... Okay, so we're finishing up this guy today, hopefully. Um, I really need to get this one done because it's also part of a special order I'm doing in a little bit. So the painting itself is not part of the special order, but I do need to scan it because I'm making some greeting cards for somebody. They ordered a bunch of greeting cards through me. And some of you know who that was, but I'm not going to say it publicly. Um, but this is going to be one of them. So that's going to be fun. Hi, Kuro. Um, so I need to get this guy done. I don't think we're far off from finishing this one because it's pretty open to interpretation, I guess I'll say, because like this is just all floating ice chunks. So really we just need to carve out the shadows a bit more like we've done down here already. And I will probably darken this up a little bit. Um, but yeah, have a good look, girl. So that's the plan. And then we do have another painting set to do. Um, me opening my reference images. I've also been just like busy this week, you know. I'm doing things. I'm cracking on. Because I'm also going to show you guys this. I started another project that I mentioned. I had 4 ideas for projects for this month's color, and one of them was going to be digital. So I've also started this, which I think is perfect for red shirt today. Um, so this isn't done yet. This is just the base colors. I haven't added the texture or anything. But it's going to be like my other badge stickers, so like little patches. So this is going to be coming soon. I don't know if I'll do a batch of these for my sticker club or not. I haven't fully decided. I do have my sticker club set out like all the way through May at this point, but I think I also want to get June ready because I'm going to be having surgery in late March. So it will be really good if I can just get those all done. Yep, I know you guys are going, Tomato. Good luck. And thank you for the lurk. So yeah, I think getting some stuff set up before then will be good, but I also would like to do a Pride sticker for June. I just don't know what I'd do. But yeah, that's not your problem. I'm just saying every single thought that comes into my head because it's that kind of day. I say day as if I haven't been like this all month. I did get this prepped, and the stickers are printed. I just haven't cut them yet, so I don't have them to show you yet, but it will be soon. And then let's see, what else do I have to say? This sticker, the Lolita Grimace, well, I'm just calling Lilac Lolita for I think obvious reasons, is the sticker clip sticker for this month. Next month is the Lasagna and Capybara Tiger. Lasagna hot tub with capybara and tiger. I can make a sentence. This one is for next month, so April. And then the potion is for May. So, hi Bean! And that's awesome! I am so excited you get health insurance. Legitimately, that is wonderful news, and I'm so happy for you. But yeah, so I'm trucking along and doing things. I also have been printing some new freebie stickers to include in orders because it's gotten to the point where a lot of my regular customers have like enough stickers that I don't know what to give them as their freebie stickers. So I printed special stickers that aren't available unless you order from my shop. Those ones again are laminated but not cut yet. They're in the same batch as the potion stickers. So those will be soon. But if you remember way back when I just started streaming, we used to do the food paint challenge. When I was still like I could still manage to make my laptop do digital art. And so that's going to be some of those, and I can show you a few of those on here. I don't think I made a stack of them yet. That would have been smart, but so there's 5 different ones right now that are all based on food paint challenge. So we have some figs and blueberries. Is going to be one. There's a little chocolate pudding. Is also going to be one. Let's see, I also did this ice cream. This one is my favorite, but don't tell the others. The bananas. So you may have banana, perhaps. And then there was one more. Which one was it? This one. And then I also did these like neon-y color tomatoes. So you can get those with orders now because it's just easier. Like these stamp stickers that we've been doing with the Alaska stuff are also going to be a freebie set once I get them done, like as a set once they're done. But I figured those will be good in the meantime, and like they're a pretty simple shape, so they won't take super long to print out and all that kind of stuff. So I think that'll be good for everybody. Let's see, what else do I have to say? I'm doing an event tomorrow. Oh, I'm glad. Tell your mom thank you for me. I always get, like, I don't know, I think it's partially the bullied kid aspect, but I always get, like, really touched when people legitimately say they like my art. Because I don't expect anybody but me to like what I'm doing, I guess. Especially this week. I've been in a weird headspace, but I know why. It's fine. Okay, what was I doing? I was doing this. So tomorrow, I'm going to be on Sleepy's channel. Thanks, Al. We're going to be doing some American truck sim. We're going to be going from basically where I grew up in Portland to where my grandma lives in California, which is a trip that we did at least twice a year the entire time I lived in Oregon. Oh, thanks, Al. That's going to be on Sleepy's channel. Sleepy does have their own command, but I will also do a big boy shout out so that you guys can follow right from my chat. Hi, the witch! Yes, I am safe so far. I know everybody's worried about Mount Spur. We have lived through another volcanic eruption here. It is closer this time, but I think we'll be okay. And we'll see when she finally pops, because she is thinking about it. Um, but yeah, so I'll be doing that tomorrow in the morning. Morning my time. It might not be morning your time. Um, so come and hang out. It would be great. Um, do I have anything else to say? I think that's pretty much it. Right, Bewitch? I really can't. I can't blame her in the current climate. She's allowed. Um, you know what? Me too, bestie. Um, anything else I need to say? I think that's all the like big things. I don't think I have anything else important to say. I might sound a little stuffed up. That's just because I've been cleaning and I'm allergic to dust. I cleaned out the closet because we had a bunch of stuff in there from an old roommate who left a bunch of stuff when he moved out. So I cleaned that out and I put more furniture in there, like drawers and stuff, so that I can actually store my clothes properly. But it had been sitting there for a long time, so it was pretty dusty. I wore a mask and I'm still like this. So I will say one of the nice things about having a pandemic where we needed to wear masks was that I actually have masks in the house now, so when I'm cleaning and I know that it's gonna like mess with me, I can wear a mask. That's nice because they're just there. I really should get one of those like reusable ones like Joy has. Ooh, that's something else I should talk about actually. Sorry, I'm just gonna think about everything all the time now. One, Doodle is still raising money for gender affirming care. They have seen the amount of cost, and it is going to be over $11,000 USD. So if you can help them out by commissioning or just tossing a few dollars their way, it will be very much appreciated to help mitigate those costs. Also, Joy is working on paying off a full replacement of her furnace and some of her ductwork because it decided to try and kill them in the night this week. So, if you want to buy one of my favorite books and read it, then you should go and buy a copy from Joy. There's two different versions of the same book. So there's one with spicy scenes and one with like fade to black scenes, but you don't lose any of the character development. So if you are sex averse or you just don't really want to read that, you can get the version without any in it, or you can get the spicy version. And they're both really good. There's also an audiobook that is excellent. Highly recommend because the narrator that she has for that is so good. Yeah. We are all going through it. And like I'm more stable than most people because I have financial backing through my family. So like the best I can do is help out where I can and, you know, raise the alarm and that kind of stuff. So, hi, Blib! But yeah, so I did commission Doodlebee for two different things, and I've gotten the line art for one of them, and it's so fucking cute. I'm gonna explode. I'm really excited about it. Do anything else? Hi, Sleepy, and no, you're good. You don't have to be here. I think we can, like you told me yesterday, like it's not a big deal. I don't expect you to be here all the time. Like I like seeing you, but okay. I pulled out my iPad to get up my reference, and then I showed you guys a bunch of shit and didn't get up my reference. Does she have ADHD? Perhaps. Here it is. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said sorry yesterday. And I realized, like, I didn't say that clearly. It's less a sorry I wasn't there for you, and more I'm sorry I didn't get to spend more time with you, you know? Different emphasis. It's like, I know you're perfectly capable of dealing with your own stream, like, most of the time anyway. Sometimes, even if I am there, you'll talk about, you know, your fear of a fish going up your butthole for some reason, which is not a thing that happens, just for the record. Um, so yeah, join us on Sleepy Stream tomorrow, and we'll probably talk more about that. I don't know. You guys are worried that things are going to go up your butthole randomly? Yeah, exactly, Al. Like, there are fish that do that, but they usually go up urethras. So, like, if you want to be fearful about something valid, that's one to be scared of. That, okay. Y'all have unlocked new fears that, like, I would never have considered. Like, I'm not freaked out by that, like, whatever. But, I don't know. Yeah, I know, Sleepy. I guess you have more backup than I thought you did. Huh. So, I'm gonna tell you guys a story about my grandma really fast, which is the same grandma that we're traveling to see, quote unquote, tomorrow. A stretchy. Hi, Gram. Stretching, which I really need to do. Okay, the story about my grandma. This involves spiders going into a body, not in the way you guys are scared of, but I'm going to warn you so that you're prepared. And if you don't want to hear that, you can leave now, okay? So I'm going to unlock a new fear for all of you that is apparently valid, and I have been aware of since I was about 9 years old. So stretching, I'm doing a hydrate. I was gonna say a comment about that, Graham, but I think I'm gonna keep it to myself. I think the rest of you can figure that out. Hi, Lunaku. Good to see you. So when I was about 9 years old, there was a lot of spiders at my grandma's house. I'll put that there. But when I was about 9 years old, my grandma had to go to the ear doctor because she was hearing a lot of really weird things in her ear. And like her ear was swollen up, so it was messing with her balance. She gets into the ear doctor. They look inside of her ear, and there is a live spider living in her ear. And the reason her ear was swollen was because the spider had bit her eardrum. So they had to drown the spider in baby oil to get it out of her ear. I will also point out that she had hearing aids at this point. So the spider had gotten in behind her hearing aid and got stuck. So if you're scared about spiders entering your body, I think that's a more reasonable one because your ear hole does not have the elasticity to keep things out, you know? It's a hole that things are supposed to go in, even if those things are just sound waves. Yeah, I did warn you guys. I warned you. I did. Oh, I love drowning spider daddy. That's great, Lunaka. Yeah, my whole family has ear issues. It's connected to sinus issues too. See, I also just sleep with earplugs already because I'm just a light sleeper. So, like, I'm safe. The rest of you need to worry. I still need to give myself a compliment. We did not name the spider to my recollection. There's also another spider story that I could tell that is not as horrifying as that one. I think it's more funny, but I will save that one for a sleepy stream tomorrow. I'm going to write a note down so that I remember. Okay. Knowing my grandmother and her colorful language, I would bet that the spider was most often called son of a bitch. Just a guess. So full name, get out of me, you son of a bitch. That would be my guess. Um, a compliment. I've been really on top of giving myself more enrichment in my enclosure and making my enclosure more habitable in general this week. I've been really good about cleaning stuff up and making sure that I open my window when it's warm enough out and stuff like that so that my enclosure does not feel quite as trapped as it might otherwise from how my week has gone. So, good on that. Yeah, we love enclosure enrichment. I actually added on my habit tracker for this month enrichment. So if I do something different or something specifically as a little treat, that counts as enrichment. So yesterday I put some furniture together and that was my enrichment. It was a little puzzle for my monkey brain, you know? Because we really are just animals, you know? Okay, my coffee, the last swigs of my coffee are hot now. So I can turn this off. Oh, that is like the perfect temperature. Good job, little warmer. You're so good. So yeah, I've been really good at doing enrichment lately. I've been thinking more about myself as a creature, because that's what I am. Yeah, so I use, I have two different kinds of earplugs that I use when I sleep. So I have loops. They just made a sleep version of the earplugs, and they're pretty good. They're pretty comfortable too. I sleep on my side, so that's kind of like a big deal to have a comfortable earplug. But I also use those kind of ones that are supposed to be a one-time use foam ones. And those ones do a better seal because they like expand into your whole ear canal. Me trying to remember what making art is. But I reuse those for like multiple nights because like it's just my ears, it's not a big deal. They do lose quality the more you use them, but yeah, that's fair. That's fair. My brother gets a lot of ear infections and had a lot when he was a kid. I got the luckier end of that. I only had a few bad ear infections. Welcome back, Sleepy. What kind of coffee do you get, Sleepy? I think we need to know so we can judge you. And by judge you, I mean I'm just curious, because I put hot cocoa powder in my coffee, so. Yeah, sometimes like my ear canal will get a little sweaty with the loop ones because they have like a silicone cover on it. But the foam ones will like absorb some of the sweat, which is why they get worse over time, right? And they'll start to like break down a little bit. But I don't know, different things for different folks. But I prefer in-ear buds for the most part, especially for like headphones. I don't know, I just find them more comfortable overall. Fair, Sleepy. And yeah, once you get used to like fresh ground, it's pretty different. I just like don't care that much. And also totally fair, Lanaku. I mix up my caffeine from day to day as part of my enrichment, actually. Because like I have the same breakfast literally every day. And so I do different kinds of caffeine instead. Okay. So this is an ice block down here, and there are a couple over here, but nothing big. Okay. So I do coffee, or I do tea, or I do Diet Coke, pretty much. And occasionally, very occasionally, I will have a Red Bull as a treat. And then I will suffer the next day. Yeah, that's good. My brother has oatmeal every day, too. That's his usual breakfast. I like medium roast. That's my thing. I always used to think I didn't like coffee because my mom always had like super super dark roast in the house and it tasted disgusting to me. And then I discovered that there were other roasts of coffee and then it was over for me. And I do also just like sweet coffee. But I also like regular coffee, you know. I just have to put something in the coffee so that it's not just coffee and my body has something else to like digest. Otherwise, my body will explode because I have a bad caffeine tolerance. Um, so I often do like milk or something, but hot cocoa powder is nice and it makes, I don't know, it's like a cheapo mocha. Yeah, that's what I do, Sleepy. I love it. It's delicious and so simple. Like it's really easy to do at home. But I've started getting the coffee. I use a Keurig for coffee since I'm just having one cup ever. Um, but I got the Keurig cups that have like a latte in it. Hi, thank you. How's it going? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while, Dadel. How's tricks? What was I saying? Coffee. Um, but I've been getting the ones that have like the milk powder and cocoa powder in it, so it's like a latte in a Keurig cup, and it's so easy and nice, and I love it. Ooh, that sounds really good, Sleepy. Oh, there's a stall here at the state fair all the time that has birch syrup. And birch syrup is like maple syrup on steroids. It's so good. It's so good. And I think that would slap. Yeah, that's fair. I think we were talking earlier about how like everybody is going through it to some degree lately. Because you know, life be like that. Yes. Good, Sleepy. Hashtag bitch syrup. That's what they call me because I'm bitchy but also so so sweet. Okay. I'm trying to decide how I want to do the ice blocks in front. I may end up. I have not watched the show Sweet Tooth. I don't even know what it is. I don't think I've earned it or heard of it. I think my mouth is faster than my brain today, which is not unusual, but it's still frustrating. Hi, BP. Thank you for the resub. You're so sweet. And I have to do the actual standard. Excuse me a moment. BP! It's good to see you. I am sometimes bitchy. I keep it in DMs because I know, I know where my bread is buttered, you know. Speedy Lips McGee. Yeah, I actually don't have anybody like well, I've been working Wednesday nights a lot, which is why I wasn't able to show up a bunch for that. Um, because I think I told you that I um was doing modeling, like nude art modeling at the college, and the classes that they have are mostly Monday, Wednesdays. So I have like a lot of work lately. Um, which is good. I like working, and again, it is enrichment in my enclosure, but it does mean that I don't get to hang out with everybody I want to hang out with. Where did I just put that paintbrush? Why am I like this? I literally just had it. Am I insane? I mean, yes, I am, but where did I just set it? What? 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 Ah, it rolled underneath my laptop, that's why. a good thing you added the what? Redeem for tomorrow, I think. Yeah, we've got some people in chat who weren't here earlier, but I'm doing a collab with Sleepy, who is in chat right now. Tomorrow, we're going to be following the route that I went to my grandma's house at least twice a year when we lived in Oregon. So, of course you did, Sleepy. So you should come and hang out with us because it's going to be fun and weird, just like me and Sleepy. I have fun and weird friends because I am also fun and weird. You know. Okay. I was doing the whitewash. Girl, get it together. Yeah, I think a lot of us like getting weird, but I think people like have to relearn getting weird. You know what I mean? Because it kind of gets beaten out of you when you're a kid because you gotta like survive. Um, and then once you get to be an adult, you're like, oh wait, that's actually my whole personality, and I've just shoved myself into this tiny little box to survive, and it's actually killing me. Um, and then you learn how to be weird again, and then it's better. Might end up using white ink because the gouache will be a little less opaque as it dries, but we'll see. Yeah, pretty much, Sleepy. I don't know. I kind of went into streaming like, okay, I'm weird. Everybody knows that. I'm just going to be as authentic as I can, and the people who should be here will stay here, you know? Because, like, if you're presenting a fake self, then the people who like your fake self won't like your real self. You know what I mean? So if you don't actually show your real self, nobody can like find the person that they want to be friends with because you aren't showing them yourself, you know? Ah, yeah. See, looking back, I'm realizing it was because I am extraordinarily neurodivergent, but I was definitely the kid who was kind of friends with everybody but didn't have any real friends. And part of that was because I was bullied so much that I just like didn't trust people. But there's I think it's a tweet that goes around that's like, I never got a diagnosis, but you know, Rebecca, age 5, could tell that there was something wrong with me right off the bat. Yeah, pretty much. And I will say that one of the antidepressants I'm on is also used off-label to treat ADHD. And I've been able to focus a lot easier and better since I started taking it. So I think that's a pretty good sign. Yeah, that's fair, Deedle. And I've worked really hard to like get to a point where I just throw myself out there, and then if, you know, people are mean to me or don't like me or whatever, like that's just their loss kind of a situation. But it takes like work to think like that, you know? That's also fair. Like I'm definitely a person who enjoys some true crime content. Not like not like true crime TikTok, I will say, not that kind of vibe. But I like seeing what kind of horrible things have happened to other people, which actually, I think I've talked about this on stream before, is actually pretty common in people with mental health issues that aren't taken seriously. Um, because we want to believe that something dramatic and bad enough could happen to us that people would remember us nicely. Don't worry about it. It's fine. That was a self call out. Sorry if you got struck by the shrapnel. Um, but it's definitely one of those things where, like, we want to believe that people will talk niceys about us when we pass away, kind of a situation. But also, like, I think I was talking about this with Sleepy the other day, where, like, one of my biggest fantasies as a child was seeing something so horrific that I would have to be put in witness protection and taken away from my family. That's not normal, just in case anybody was wondering. Which I'm sure a lot of people would be like, of course that's not normal. What the fuck? And then a bunch of people are like, oh yeah, the getting removed from your family fantasies. Yeah, that was my childhood too. And it's so funny how often I find people who are the second part. I had so many crazy dreams this week, Sleepy. I actually almost wrote some down to send to you when I was like half awake, and then I didn't. Because I was like, if I do that, I'm not going to get back to sleep. Okay, I think I want to work on the seal now. I know that it would make more sense to work on more of the background, but I don't want to. So we're going to work on the seal. I have made him a little bit more saturated than in my actual photo. This is based off of a photo that I took, just for the record. But it's my art, so I make the rules, I can do what I want. Oh, that's not great, Sleepy. Okay, I need to remember that this is a flipper, so I need to work on carving that out too, which is going to be... A lot of this is in like really small detail, and I actually made it bigger than I was going to originally because I was looking at it and I was like, I'm not going to be able to do any detail on that seal if I do it this way. This is going to be a bit of a journey here, and we'll see how many tiny teeny paintbrushes I will end up using. I had one last night where there were a bunch of bears attacking me. And it started out as a different dream for some reason. So I was trying to take pictures of the bears because, like, a huge squad of them had gotten into the building me and my friends were in. And when I was trying to take photos of the bears, I suddenly saw the spirit of my best friend in every single one of the dreams, who I've mentioned on stream passed away really suddenly. And that was, like, really weird. I don't know. So it ended up being like a ghost hunting dream, kind of, except not really. I don't know how to describe it. It was very strange. And the start of that dream was a friend that I haven't heard from in a really long time actually finally getting in contact with me again. I don't know. It was just like one shot after another last night. And the last dream I had before I woke up was a bad one about being trapped with a certain somebody. It was not good. I would love it if my brain was not like this. Just for the record. Yeah, like, thanks for trapping me in the horrors. That was great of you. Okay. I think I'm probably gonna leave this guy pretty loosey-goosey to a degree. Like, he's small enough that I can't really do like super duper detail, I'm just putting in a little bit more shading while this whole thing is wet, so we get the kind of softer shadows, and then we'll go through once that's dry and add some of the harder shadows in there. Yeah, I had a lot of nightmares when I was a kid because I don't know if you guys could figure out by how we've been talking today, but I have some trauma, capital T trauma in the tank here. Um, so I had a lot of really bad nightmares when I was a kid. So I got to a point where like I can always tell when I'm dreaming. And my awake brain will still be thinking in the background of my dream, which means that I can sometimes control stuff and not quite to like lucid dreaming levels, but I can tell when I'm dreaming and usually wake myself up from something if it's really bad. So like it is possible to like train yourself to realize that you're dreaming and wake yourself up. Um, but that also gives your brain the power in your dream to have one of the characters in your nightmare turn to you and say you aren't allowed to escape this. Um, Gotta tell you, that's not a fun moment. I also have no shrimps, just the emote. So. Oh, that's great, Sleepy. Love that. I think what I need to do for the ice down here is just make the surrounding area bluer. Because it does kind of fade out once we get farther down. I think if I do some of this, that will help. Do I have any more? No, okay. We had some little ice bits right through here. Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, I got weirdly stuck in a dream the other night. Well, two dreams back to back, and it really sucked, and I hated it. Where like I was stuck in super obsessive thinking, so I was thinking the same thoughts repeatedly, which meant that I couldn't change the dream because I couldn't stop thinking about what was happening. Um, Not fun, just for the record. And it got to the point where like I woke up and then went back to sleep and had a different nightmare with like the same obsessive thinking levels, and I was just like, can we not, please? Like, stop it. I was like, okay, I need to do some sort of self-soothing before I go back to bed. Otherwise, I'm just going to get more of that. So let's figure something out. And I did, and it was fine. But it was like, ugh, can we not? Can we not? I remember thinking literally in the dream, I was like, I should look into an OCD diagnosis because this kind of obsessive thinking is classified with OCD. Like, I was thinking that in my dream while I was trying to not think about the horrible things that were happening in the dream. It was so weird. Brains are wild, man. Okay, yes, that's better already. Okay, good, good, good. I know how to solve things. Yeah, I get that quite a lot, Sleepy, because I'll have like, there are certain dreams that I have that are always like the same kind of collection of things, but will change a little bit from time to time. So I get like stuck in a dream loop. Um, and it's really hard to like break out of that. I need to like get up in between and um actually one of my dream journals, I did a project that was my visual dream journal. So I did visual representations of my dreams for 2 years, I think. And one of them is specifically a time loop where I was stuck in a dream where I was trying to keep my mom from driving the car drunk. Um, and that was just the one dream that I had all night, and I kept trying to do different things to keep her from doing that. And like I will end up with stuff like that where it's like a a wildly similar thing happening repeatedly, and I try to change things just like a regular time loop story, you know. But it's, yeah, it's not fun. But what I did, or what I do, I guess I should say, when I have ones like that now, is I get up and put something else in my brain. So I will sit up in bed for a little bit and like read something or watch a couple videos or something like that so that my brain has different food to chew on before I go back to bed. And that's helped a lot. Okay. Yep. So what I did the other night with the dream where I was having like the two dreams, I guess, back to back, where I was having like that really obsessive thinking that I couldn't break out of. I listened to voice memos from my boyfriend until my heart rate got back to normal, and then I went back to bed. Which now everybody's gonna go, ah, yep. Because I save all the ones he sends me because I'm a sap. Which I don't think is news to anybody. Gee, I wonder why, Sleepy. Yeah, ghost stories don't really mess with me that much for the most part. I do, oh God, I do remember when I was a teenager, my boyfriend at the time decided that we really needed to watch 28 Days Later, which is a great movie, and I am a fan of zombie films, but we watched that while I was spending the night at his dad's house. And the room I was sleeping in had full windows all the way around the room. And there's a scene in that movie where like lightning flashes and then you see a zombie face in the window. And then at the next lightning flash, the zombie isn't there anymore. And you can imagine me being in a room full of windows. I was like, that's scary. I don't like that. It was even worse when the lightning started. I almost fucking pissed myself on the couch. Like, I was scared. It was the worst. Like, and I do love that movie. It's a great movie, but that was not the best first way to watch it, gotta say. Although, looking back, I wonder if he did that partially on purpose. Because he also made me watch, which one was it? The Grudge at one point. Was it The Grudge? There's some horror movie where one of the signs of the haunting coming to get you is a phone call where you just hear kind of like a sound on the other end. So he made me watch that with some of his friends, and then he called me at 2 in the morning and made that sound in my phone because he thought it was funny. I'm wondering if he actually just liked scaring me on purpose. I like very specific kind of horror movies, and I need to be like mentally prepared for them before I go in. To be fair, after he did that one time and I like yelled at him, he didn't do it again, but yeah, it was not a great choice. Yeah. Before we started dating, I was friends with his friend group, and I was the only girl in the entire friend group. So I think that they kind of forgot that I was not one of them and did a lot of like the funny hee hee ha ha prank things that they would do with the guys, and forgot that I was not one of them. Oh, that's so creepy, Sleepy. Ooh. I would die, just straight up. And I will also say, we were both very young. I don't hold this against him, to be clear. Because I also did some not great things. There are other things that I do hold against him, but not that one. When you're kids, you don't always know the right limits for stuff. Okay, I think these icebergs are looking a lot better. I love where we're going with this. Good. So the front of this looks incredible. We just need to get the rest of it to match. And I think it will be easier in the back here just because I can do kind of whatever I want. Nobody will know where the ice is supposed to be if I don't show them the picture. I can do what I want. I do think I will use some of this shade color on the ice that the seal is sitting on. Oh, I hate that, Sleepy. Thanks for that. Yeah, I think that's true for some things, Dadel. But like I said, we kind of like had that kind of fun relationship, especially since um I will also say I think this is a more poignant thing, which is why I'm pivoting. Um I have also been very bad at expressing my limits for most of my life because I wasn't allowed to have them in a lot of the places that I was when I was a kid. Um so I think part of that was just that I wasn't very good at expressing where exactly my limit was because I like generally was expected to go along with things in other places in my life. So that's just kind of how I reacted to stuff. Um so I think yes, that was like not a nice thing to do, but also I think there's some layers there that don't make it, like a clear, this is horrible, this is abusive behavior or something, if that makes sense. And I've gotten a lot better at that. So yeah, exactly. And once you know that you have a certain problem, you can actually work on it. So I've gotten a lot better at that in my not old age. Like I'm not old, but as I've aged. Okay, I need to remember that this color that I keep mixing is Payne's Gray and Prussian Blue. Because that's slapping and this is good. Yeah, I think that there is a difference also between knowing something, understanding something, and being able to express something. So there's like a, a journey you kind of have to go on to know something about yourself, understand where that's coming from, and then learn how to express that to other people in a way that makes your life better. Um, uh-huh, uh-huh. Because, like, so for a lot of my life, I've had what I call the cool girlfriend syndrome, where I'm so focused on being the cool girl that I just ignore my own limits. And I've gotten a lot better at that recently, um, because I've made a conscious effort once I realized that that was the issue that I was having. So I will, I used to just kind of hold everything in until I exploded and didn't feel like my partner knew me anymore. And that wasn't their fault, that was my fault because I wasn't letting them actually know me because I was so focused on being the cool person. Um so it's just one of those things where like yes, you can understand something about yourself or know that you're ignoring one thing or the other, but you don't really know how to change that until you understand it a certain way. Um, yeah, figuring out how to articulate stuff is also difficult for me. Cap has said in stream before that he really likes the way that I say I don't have the edges yet. So when I'm upset about something, especially with him because we have very similar anxiety. So if I just said I'm upset about something, I'm not ready to talk about it, that would bother him, and if he did that to me, it would bother me. Um, so I'll say, I will tell you what I'm upset about, but I don't have the edges yet, meaning I don't fully understand why I'm upset about this or how serious it is because I haven't had time to analyze it myself. Um, so we'll express that and be like, I don't know where the edges are. I will come back to you when I figure out what's going on exactly. So it's definitely a thing where you need to understand how you also process things so that you can express to other people what you need in order to process it. Oh yeah. Mhm. Yeah. I've witnessed a lot of those because the place I grew up in Had a lot of divorced parents, like more common than other places. Um, and one of the things that really sucks for kids in that position is that sometimes the only way you can get any positive attention from either of your parents who are super focused on that is to pit them against each other. Um, and it's not a good situation for a kid to be in any case, especially like a nasty custody battle is always rough on a kid. But having, I think something really important for all kids and not just in this situation is having adults outside of your family that you can talk to about stuff like that, or like outside of your immediate family. So like both of my aunts are very cool, and I have talked to them about a lot of family stuff before that I wouldn't talk to other people about, so that I could get like an outside perspective. And I also have really good friends, um, who are good with that now too. As multiple of my friends got the skinny on something that was irritating me this week. This is just kind of I don't know, a check-in to see how crazy you're being. Just like sending something and being like, okay, I reacted to this a certain way. Is this gross? And so sending somebody something and having them respond immediately with ew is very reassuring. Is like, I don't know, one of the things about how you're raised is everything around you ends up feeling normal. Um, so like you don't know how fucked up some things were until you talk to somebody else and see like their reaction to it. So you have to like, once you realize that there's stuff like that, you have to completely reconsider your entire life and how you thought about how you were raised and stuff like that, because it changes your entire perspective from this was how my family worked, therefore this is normal, to this is how my family worked, what the fuck. Kind of a situation, which I've had to do a lot. So it's nice to have friends who like understand that, and I have a lot of friends who I can trust with that kind of situation. And yeah, it's wild. It's wild. And I think I will call somebody out. I don't know if they're looking or not, but Lib does that a lot too on stream, where they will tell, and I've gone through this too, which is why I recognize it. Um, but you'll tell a story about your childhood and go, haha, isn't that so funny? And everyone around you will look at you in horror and go, what the fuck? And you just kind of stand there like, oh, is this not a hee hee ha ha? And everyone around you is like, no, that's abuse. And you just kind of stand there like standing emoji. Oh. And then you have to like reassess everything in your family. It's wild. It's wild. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I want to deepen up the shadows like right here to make that more apparent that it's going into the water. And then I think I need to do some streakies through here. I'm just going to keep working on this one part of the painting, apparently. The rest of it can go fuck itself. I don't know. It's like me, I need to get this perfect. Hmm. Yeah, Dadle. I think one of the things is that having some sort of consistency from anybody at that point in time is so big. So even if it's just like boring regular activities or something, having somebody who's there and isn't in the big thing is is really helpful, even if it doesn't seem like it at the time. Just said what I want to do. Deepen shadows, more lines. That's what I said. Guess who doesn't really have a working brain? Affirmation card. You got it, Sleepy. I'm gonna have to shuffle off screen just because the web painting is there. But oh, you could hear me shuffling though. Okay, Sleepy. Left or right? All right. Take control of your future by taking action. I think that's a good one for today. For sure. Yeah, it does seem a little relevant. I do think that these cards have often been like a direct call out, and it's really funny. Because it isn't really a tarot deck, I kind of use it like a tarot deck, but that isn't necessarily the point. But it sure does act like a tarot deck. Interesting, Sleepy. That's fun. I like that. It's kind of I forget what they're called, but those rocks on strings that swing to different. There's a specific word for whatever mancy that is, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Um, it's probably just like lithomancy or something. Brain function. Who is she? And why has she abandoned me? Okay, what? Just like deeper shadows, like right here, along where the water line is. Then we'll add some more highlights and such in the water down there. I think that will be better. Yeah, sometimes it's just nice to not have to make a decision. I definitely do like dice rolls and stuff sometimes to make decisions for me, or I will message somebody and make them make a decision for me. I do that a lot with like if I'm gonna burn a candle, I'll ask whatever stream I'm in what flavor I should burn, you know? As like literally all of the work that I do involves like constant decision making that I can't really depend on other people for. So like I'm making decisions about where to put lines and all that kind of stuff and what colors to use and all this kind of stuff for this, and it's just like constant. And I also have to make business decisions behind the scenes and do math about it and all sorts of shit. So sometimes you're just like, I am so tired of having to make decisions. Somebody else do this for me. Please, please help. Oh, also, I need to go through that. Yeah, I know, Al. It doesn't explain anything about me, and specifically things that you know about me. Um, but the music that Matto has on his stream is really it slaps. Like I really like the vibes, and I need to go through the artist and pick new songs to add to my playlist because they are on Spotify, so I can actually go through and do that and add some new music to mix it up a little bit. Not that there's anything wrong with my playlist as is, but I could use some more stuff in there, I think. Because they're DMCA free and stuff, so go through that and poke around a little bit. Yeah, see, I have bigger decision paralysis than like a little treat. Um, like I will get stuck trying to decide what pair of pants to wear for like an hour. And a lot of the times I know the reason that I'm avoiding making business decisions is because I'm so burnt out on making all of the decisions. Because I'm it, like I'm the whole business. Um, that I get like so overwhelmed because all I've been doing is making decisions. Hi, Tens, good to see you. You know what? I'm tired. Yeah, exactly, Sleepy. It's like, let me ask payroll. Wait, shit, that's me. Let me ask our finance officer. Ah, shit. Let me talk to the social media manager. Yeah, well, shit. Ah, so close, Tens. I hope it goes by quickly for you. Oh yeah, Sleepy, when do all the managers leave so that I can have my friends back? Speaking of. Okay, good. I should take a progress photo of this. Yeah, it's still like even if they're nice people, they're still managers, right? So you have to like be on good behavior. Mm, yeah, okay. Okay, I was feeling like I hadn't gotten that much work done, but I just looked at the start of like the photo that I posted saying I was going live versus where we are now, and actually we're doing fine. Yes, yes, absolutely. I think I call it solitude just because loneliness has such a like negative connotation. It's just like solitude. Yes, use that Pomodoro method, Coconut. Go for it. I definitely use streams to body double like a lot. Hey, good one, Tense. Speaking of, I'll mention this again. You guys can help me make fun of Sleepy every time they get rammed tomorrow. We're gonna be doing a collab over on Sleepy's channel, and we're gonna be doing American Truck Sim and driving from Portland, Oregon to Eureka, California, which is a road trip that I did as a kid repeatedly because that's where my grandma lived, and we lived in Portland. Um, so yeah, it'll be fun. Is that what your flashlight is for, Sleepy? So yeah, you can come hang out with us, and it'll be fun. Okay. The reason I'm feeling like this isn't carved out is because I haven't done the background yet. I'm just saying that out loud so that I actually make myself acknowledge it. Like it doesn't look like ice at the top because there isn't any background for it. Like it's fine. So maybe I want to do that before I work on the seal more. At least start like around here. Although if I start, I need to do the whole thing, honestly. Look, more decisions. Why do I do this to myself? I also think that I could deepen up the shadows on these little icebergs a little bit now that that's dry. Oh, it does a little bit, yeah. It also just looks so flat right now. It really feels like One of those fucked up cat paintings that gets passed around a lot. That isn't actually a Renaissance painting, I will say. It's always listed in Renaissance paintings, but it isn't. It was from a thrifted painting. From specifically Shifty Thrifting on Tumblr. Yeah, that would be a cool cryptid. Maybe I'll make a new one. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes it look a little more clearer. You should, Sleepy. Art student owl, do the rest of the fucking steps? Is that draw the fucking owl? That one? Draw the rest of the fucking owl. That's it. I'll just shove a whole bunch of different words together. Oh, was it one of the advice ones? I don't remember art student owl specifically, if that's it. It's been so long, though. Can I just, copy paste the rest of this up here? I won't. I can't. And I won't. But I really like this part. Now I have to do the rest of it. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Potato! I know exactly why I'm feeling so brain fatigued today, and can I just say it's bullshit? Just throwing that out there, in case anybody was wondering. Okay. I may actually untape this now that because we did a really big wash last time, which is why I taped it down, but I think we're at a point where that isn't a big deal anymore. We'll see how much of the paper this tape takes with it. Not too much. I kind of want to flip this around so that I'm not dragging my hand through the part that we just did. I feel like I had something else to say and then it was just gone. Which, yeah. Oh, the reason for brain fatigue, that's what it was. It's my body betraying me. It's just PMDD. I'll be fine. I've just got hormone brain. But that also makes me really happy in one way because my uterus has a time limit on it now. I have surgery scheduled in May, and it's going to leave my body. I still will have hormone brain, but I won't have to worry about the level of pain that I've been in, which is very nice. The not having to worry about it part. The pain was not very nice. Okay, flipping this around. That's what I was doing. All right, good luck, Al, with whatever you're doing. I'm guessing meetings, because it's about that time. Yeah, it's really good. I'm really excited about it. Because I don't want to use it for its intended purpose, and all it has ever done is make my life worse. So, bye. Definitely painted over some of my graphite lines, which I think is going to be fine. I don't think it's going to be super obvious or anything, especially considering like how we're going to get to this color level up here. So it's going to be a bit more, I can't think of the word I was going to say. It's gone. I mentioned that my brain isn't working today. I say that as if it like ever works correctly. Which I don't think is accurate, but you know. Okay. One of the problems with having as much time in between sessions on this is that I've like forgotten what part of my lines are meant to be. Which is why I just picked up some of that pigment and changed it. I could have actually streamed on Monday. It ended up that I didn't have a modeling session, even though I thought I did, but I didn't. So I like drove in and got there and was like all ready to go, and they were like, "Why are you here?" I was like, "Because I was told to be." But nope, they didn't need me, so I could have streamed and it would have been fine. Which irks me. I know it was like nobody's fault. It was just like a miscommunication kind of situation, but like, ugh. I don't do well when schedules change, like at all, ever. I'm very schedule driven. Like, if you're gonna change my brain schedule, I need like 3 to 5 days advance notice. And sometimes more than that, honestly. And sometimes even then, I will still get cranky about it. And it's not like I'm mad about situations being canceled or whatever. It's just like I had a plan, and now the plan doesn't exist. Which, let me tell you, is not a fun way to live. Like, a lot of things with neurodivergency, I'm like, yeah, this is cool, it makes me special or whatever, or this is just a thing I need to deal with and it's not that big a deal. But with the schedule thing, it makes me crazy. I don't want to have to be like this, but I am. I've tried so hard to do like different things, but it turns out like, no, I just need to know the schedule. And if I don't know the schedule, I'm gonna turn into a crazy bitch. Yeah, that's fair, Sleepy. I'm sure for like the stream, you were like, we can do this whenever you want. Like, you can just tell me day of. And I was like, no, we're gonna have a date and a specific time. Sleepy was just like, we can do whatever. And I was like, no, we cannot do whatever. Actually, I need to know exactly what's happening. I need to know when to be prepared. That's still progress, Coconut. Yeah, I think it's especially for streaming stuff when like you want people to show up. I think having like a date when you can be like, "Hey, this is when the thing is happening," is really helpful for other people too. But I just thought it was so funny and I was like, I know I'm going to come off as like really like hard-assed about this, but I need the time. I need to figure this out. I will be the one to schedule it and that's fine. Like but I need to have a time and a place so that I know. What's that? See if this makes my computer crash. Ah, gotcha. Oh, I do remember that now that I see it. Yeah. Yeah, tens, I remember. Now that you said it. Or showed me, I guess is the appropriate way to say that. Okay. Right out through here. Just gonna make this one big boy, and this one can be a little boy. That. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, see, that kind of system wouldn't work for me. I do have like a visual timer that I use for some stuff like that, where I'll be like, okay, you only have to do this for 15 minutes, and then if you aren't feeling it, you can stop. But usually once I get going, I'm better at it. Like I'll stick with it because I'm really like very momentum driven. So like whatever I'm doing, I want to keep doing, which is why getting up and going to bed are very hard for me. But there's workarounds. Is sometimes you gotta hack your own brain in order to be a healthy, functional person, and that's so valid. And sometimes you need to make your friends help you hack your own brain. Yeah, I enjoy having a clean space, but I'm really bad at actually cleaning. I need to take this glue like right up to the seal butt, and I'm not doing it. Let's do that right now. I'm gonna have that bit right there be a little icy bit. Yes, much better, much better. Okay, we're cooking. Yeah, I do say like everybody seems to think that I'm like a very organized person. I'm not. I just look like it on paper. Oh no, I just said that. Cap's gonna yell at me now. Hi, love. I felt safe. He wasn't here. He was busy. And then I said a thing he doesn't like me saying. I take it your trip was good then. You didn't die or anything. I am gonna get the look. Oh, this background is gonna take so much work. Like, I can do it, but I'm gonna whine about it the whole time. That one. Okay. So, yes. This. But like with Sleepy saying like don't look at their desk, don't look at my room. It's so messy. No reason, don't worry about it. If you didn't hear, then there's no reason to give me the look. Yeah, see, I don't actually have a desk, which makes it worse. I did send Cap a photo of my nightstand the other day. I just got a holy shit back. Yeah. Like, I have everything there. So, and I only showed you the one nightstand. I didn't show you the other one. because they're both covered in my crap. Um, okay, that's just water. That's why that's there. Got it. Okay. Yeah, Cap has like 3 things on his nightstand total. Well, I should show you because I took a before picture of me cleaning the closet. I should take an after picture and show you, and you'll be so proud of me. I did so much work on that. Okay, so that is, got it. Trying to figure out what my own lines mean because it's been a week since we worked on this at all. Okay. Okay. Getting there. Oh Lord, Sleepy. I do not get to throw any stones about a full closet because I like stuff. I have too much stuff, and sometimes I get rid of stuff, but then I get more stuff, you know? I really need to, like, there's a few places in the house that I really need to, like, actually buckle down on getting rid of some stuff because I'm messy. Do also need to get, it will be better once I actually get the flooring done in the room downstairs that's supposed to be my studio, so I can actually put all my art spot stuff in a place for it versus just having it kind of spread all over the house because I don't have a proper workspace. Because I don't. I do not have even a little bit of a real workspace. I work here when I'm streaming, and then the rest of the time I'm sitting on my bed. That's what I got. Just got a spam text asking me if I want to interview for a position. No, I don't. You're junk. Go away. Okay, right here. That's this guy. Got it. This one is a fun shape. Make sure I keep it. Yeah, I'm a very messy person, and I've talked about this quite a bit on stream, but I had a really bad depression slump where my entire living space just basically turned into a dumpster because I did not have the wherewithal to actually take care of myself at all, which is part of the reason why I've spent so much money fixing my teeth. But I've been slowly chipping away at all of the crap that was left there, so I've made progress on it. There's still more to do, but one of the really hard parts about that is, yes, the cleaning up is a lot of work in and of itself, but dealing with the guilt from having been like that and having left it for as long is like a whole task in and of itself. So like I can only do so much at a time without like damaging my mental health, and that in itself frustrates me. It's just like, it's one of those things where, like, I know it's fine. I know that the person who lives with me understands the situation and all that kind of stuff, but it's still, like, work to not beat myself up about it all the time. And it just gets exhausting.
This is a self-care checkpoint. Do you need to take meds, get some water, some food, take a break or a stretch? Please do so now.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you.
Thank you for the checkpoint, Sleepy. I will say that I have been really straightforward with all the medical professionals I've been dealing with, cleaning up my my mess, I guess is to call it. Because I've been very open. They're like, "Oh, you haven't seen a doctor in X amount of time," and I'm like, "Yeah, I had an extended mental health crisis, and I'm getting back on top of everything." And so people have been pretty understanding about that for the most part, but it's still difficult, you know. Yeah, I did that kind of voice on purpose, Sleepy. The thank you in specific is me making fun of the two-factor authentication I have to do for the university to sign in to do my pay sheets.
That's gay.
Everything here is gay. That's the secret. Okay, I do think that I'm gonna take a quick break so that I can run to the bathroom and refill my water and do a little stretch-a-rooney. So I'm gonna run some ads. You don't have to look at the ads. In fact, I would prefer you didn't. I will get the money for the ads, whether or not you're looking at them. So we can all just take a little break together and take care of ourselves and not let capitalism win today. So I'm gonna run 3 minutes of ads. I will be back. Take a little stretch. Go get yourself a little snack or treat. Maybe clean up a little bit around your space. That seems like a good idea considering what we've been talking about. Look at something that's farther away from your face than your screen is right now. That'll be good for your eyes and they will thank you. And then I will be back in about 3. Only if you want me to be, Sleepy. Uh-huh. Alright, and I will also tame my brat when I get back, I guess. Alright, I'll see you guys in 3 minutes. I'm back. And I see Cap has realized the situation. Because I think we can agree that when Tomato isn't here, Sleepy is my brat. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, we do. We really do. Okay, what am I doing other than making 35,000 decisions that I don't want to make? Okay. Making that. So many decisions all the time, forever. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably not finishing this today. I thought that I could when we started. Like, I was pretty sure, but then my brain is my brain, and so I'm thinking I'm gonna end up finishing this off stream, honestly. Because I do need to get it done so that I can get a couple orders in and blah 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 blah. I would say you know how it is, but I hope you don't know how it is. I hope you don't have to work this hard. Because I'm a little stressed out. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. I can handle it. I was gonna do a different order this month, but nope. Other plans have come up. I do want to get prints ordered so that I can get them up in my shop soon. But it's just gonna be like a limited quantity to get started. And see what people like, you know. So I have a list in my journal of which ones I'm going to be ordering. I haven't decided exactly what sizes I want to do yet, but yes, I can. I can actually eat popcorn tonight if I want to. As a matter of fact, I can read in bed and eat popcorn. I mean, not that I couldn't any other night, but that might be my little treat. Since I have to wake up a little early for the collab tomorrow, I will not be partaking in an edible, because that will make me groggy and then I won't have fun in the morning. No, I decided I was filling that in, I remember. Considering the mind state I've been in lately, I think having an edible this week would be a bad idea anyway. We're getting there. It's that middle stage where, like, it looks like shit. But that's because it's not done. And I know it doesn't actually look like shit. That's what my brain is saying. Don't yell at me. Like, it doesn't look finished because it's not finished yet. Wild concept. It's just one of the things about being an artist, honestly, because, like, there's always a middle stage where you think that you aren't actually an artist and you've been fooling everybody forever and you don't have any skills at all, but that's just because you haven't finished yet. So, like, this part, great, I love it. The rest of this is not finished. Yeah, exactly. So you get the sketch down, And you're like, this has great potential. This is going to be great. And then you start working and you're like, maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I've been lying to everybody. Maybe I'm not actually an artist. Maybe I should go into accounting. And then you finish it and you're like, oh, wait, never mind. I'm brilliant. And sometimes you don't have that wait, I'm brilliant moment until like you leave the piece and then come back 2 weeks later. Yeah. I've gotten a lot better about believing people when they say things. Because, like, the worst state there is that they believe that it's true, or they like you enough that they'll lie to you because they want you to be happy. And either of those solutions is pretty nice, actually. I don't know if I can lift this big one. I'll see. Yeah, no, you gotta reach a level of fuck it. Like, the worst that happens if you make a piece of art and it turns out bad is you made a bad piece of art and you learned something through the process. So, like, whatever. There are worse things to do with your time. We can, in fact, watch a lot of politicians do things that are worse with their time. I told this to somebody the other day when I was telling them they really needed to raise their prices. Welcome back, Cap. Is that there is somebody out there doing whatever you do worse and with more confidence, and they're charging more for it. You're perfectly capable of keeping yourself out of that doom spiral, Coconut. That's not my responsibility. If there's something here that is making you uncomfortable, you can remove yourself from the situation like an adult. Like, literally, there are people charging way more than what I charge for putting 3 keywords into an AI generator. Like, charge what you're worth. Yeah, Doodlebee was, yeah. And I gave them what I think their work is worth, and they messaged me like, you gave me too much money, and I'm like, no, I didn't. Yeah, exactly, Sleepy. And I'm like, I'm really good at that kind of technical writing aspect, which is why I did it. Oh, actually, I guess I did not mention an important thing. Um, we have a Discord now. Um, I will give a lot of credit to Stars on that one. She did a lot of the tech work for it, and I did a lot of the technical writing aspect of it, so like the descriptions and stuff, because I find that easier, and Stars is really good at figuring out the tech stuff. So we do have a Discord now that you can join to keep up with us and you know, just, I don't know, shoot the shit with us. I don't know why I keep saying shoot the shit so much this week, but I sure do. Yeah, honestly, Stars and I work really well together, because we also have, like, a similar brain process, so we can kind of like not have to complete a sentence with each other. You know? So like we understand each other very well, and it's great. I love having friends who like understand me as a person and enjoy me for who I am. It's very nice. Um but yeah, so you can join our Discord and keep up to date with all of our stuff. Yeah, the shit done been shot. You right. Okay. I have to carve that out pretty intensely because I can't lift up all of that pigment there, and that's fine. That's doable. I just need to remember which is more difficult. Memory, who is she? No, really, who is she? I forgot. Okay. My problem with AI art isn't even that it's ugly. It isn't even like the argument, is it art or isn't it? Because I do believe that it does qualify as art. My definition of art is very radical, though radical and inclusive. Um, it isn't that it's ugly or whatever. It's that it's a plagiarism machine. So it's unethical. Like even if it made perfect, brilliant art all the time, it still wouldn't be worth it. And like just getting distracted by arguing about whether or not it's art or whatever is just a distraction from the actual issue, which is it's stolen. They stole shit. Oh, good. I'm glad, Cap. You know, it's a real issue when a sitcom tackles it, honestly. Is anybody else? This is like really specific. Um, but one of the like sitcom episodes that I really remember was the Full House episode about anorexia. Um, like that one stuck in my brain. And I still think about it sometimes. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, they're trying really hard to make it like the option for everything. Well, the majority of us are like, ugh, no, I don't want to. Yeah, mm-hmm. And the thing is that it's generative, right? So it's generating stuff from a bank. So it's not coming up with new ideas and it cannot give you factual information correctly because it's generating information, right? Based on what it has in its banks and what it has been told it should answer like. Which is why it's especially bad for writing academic papers and stuff because it will make up sources that sound like it could be something but aren't actually existing in the world. Um, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Stop it. You can do that. You're robbing yourself of the experience of learning something that will be useful to you. Like, oh no, Al. Oh no. I'm sorry that happened to you. Okay, I think that I've got not enough of the brighter blue in the middle here, which is why it's looking a little disconnected to me. Let me add some more like in here. What? That's not what it. No. No, don't do that. That's what a manual is for. That's. No. 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 That's not how it works. I mean, it doesn't work at all, but you know what I mean. Me either. Honestly. Yeah. I just. Yikes. My bet would be because customer service for the operating system is a paid situation. Because companies have started doing that a lot more for like point of sale systems and similar things, where in order to talk to a real person, you have to pay them. Which is also really shitty, just in case anybody was wondering my opinion on that as well. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's better. I think I could use this more right here. I'll feel better about that. Okay. We're getting there. Oh, you guys can hear my fingernails clicking. That's funny. I'm thinking. I also started reading a new book last night because I got a book from the library and I hadn't started it yet, but the due date's coming up. It's really short, but I was like, I should just start this. It's very interesting. Yeah. The thing where like a financial officer or whatever is making decisions for a store that they have never visited, so they don't actually know the situation. They can only, look at numbers. Means that they don't actually know the situation they're trying to fix, which means they don't actually help. It just puts more work on the people who are working there. I think carving out right here is my next point of business. Yeah, for sure. And I mean any business really, where it's not actually about the people that you need to run the business, it's about the people profiting from the business. And all they care is more profit. They don't care about the rest of it. Point in case, Joanne's. Ew, that's gross, Sleepy. I'm glad you spoke up against that. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's just like an out of touch situation. And it doesn't always happen on a Thursday. That's a Tumblr joke. If you got that, thanks. Yeah, it's kind of similar to like some of like the mall kiosks that do body products where they'll just like grab your hand and put something on you, and I'm like, what if I was allergic to that? What if I sued you because you made me go into anaphylaxis with something that I was allergic to? Like, don't do that. It's gross. Ugh. Yeah, that's I will say that's why I don't shop at Lush in person. If I'm buying something, I buy it off their website because I don't want people touching me. Especially not without consent, kind of a situation. Like, I need warning. Oh my god, Sleepy. Ugh. I don't know. Body products, especially, like, especially in a place like Lush where you're trying to sell the idea of ethical body products, to like do that kind of situation and like sidestep stuff and touch people without permission is like really makes it really clear that they are selling a concept and not actuality. Yeah, I'm really excited, Cap. If you take pictures, you'll have to show me. Did you get her flowers? Oh, that's really gross, Sleepy. I don't like that. Ugh. It's like rancid vibes. Yeah, it really is, honestly. Like, some of their stuff is really nice. They have, I don't know if they still have it. I guess I stopped buying it after a while, but they had, a body powder that was really good for, thigh rub, which even when I was at my skinniest, my thighs got the chub rubs, so. Excellent. That sounds great, Cap. Oh, yeah, that's really gross. Yeah. I don't like that. They should stop that specifically because I don't like it. Okay. What else do I need to do? Let's carve out up here a little bit more. What is that supposed to even look like? Nobody knows. It's a mystery. Now, I know why this is confusing to me. It's because I started tracking out where the water was going instead of where the ice was going. That's what I did. That's why this is all a mess. Okay. I see. Okay. I said that and then I immediately lost where I was in this painting. It's fine. We're fine. We can do this. You know, an art piece is going good when you have to give yourself a pep talk. Really, that's not about the art. That's just about the state my brain is in today. Okay, that was right there, which means this is right here. Okay. Okay. Watch as local bitch struggles to figure out her own pencil lines. Yeah, I hope she has a good time. I was always a theater kid, so always it's one of those things. I was also a choir kid, actually. So like the performance thing and having your parents there to be proud of you is always good. Me, I'll get this done today. Me when I lie. We're getting there. It's just gonna be more work than I thought it was. I also still need to work on the seal some more, but I think I might work on that off stream actually, because I do want to like get this done this weekend. This one specifically is a little bit of a race because this is going to be one of the cards that I'm ordering. So this is the only one that's waiting on me to be done with so that I can place the order. And I did give my customer a pretty extended date for it just to give myself extra time, but I would like to get it done so that I don't have to think about it anymore. Oh my god, Sleepy. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna feel better about this if I start doing the darker shadow underneath the ice. So let's do that next. And I can actually carve out where my bottoms are, you know? You need to know where your bottoms are. Yeah, for sure. And like, there's always another day as long as you stick around to reach it, you know? At the end of the day, the universe doesn't care, which I find very comforting. Good, Al. Thanks, Sleepy. You're so helpful when you're being sassy. Only because he doesn't have a please. Do the squishy face one. I think. For Adam. I think that one's still there. Yeah, there we go. Good work. Okay. I'm struggling with my brain today. Which is fine. It's all fine. Yeah, yeah. Your manager is gonna have issues if I ever meet her. And at least 98 of those issues are going to be me. Yeah, I wouldn't bet for her tibia as being okay either. Like, sorry, you were mean to my boyfriend, so you have to suffer now. I'm not gonna lie, painting this is making me want to play Dredge. Because one of the DLCs is in like an ice field similar to this. I'm like, what if I just went and played that again? What if? I have new games to play. It's such a good game. It is legitimately one of my favorite games. Which is part of why I got it for Sleepy. Like, yes, I wanted to get my friend a little gifty, but also I was like, if I get this for you, that means that I get to watch you play it. Which means I get to experience it again. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm just gonna keep saying that to myself until I believe it. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, guys. Oh, Dredge. I think you probably could have figured that out. Yeah. Oh, Oxenfree too. I forgot that I got that for you, honestly. You'll really like that one, I think. It's a little difficult for me because there's like glitch effects in there, so I have to be careful with it because those give me migraines. But it's easier if I'm watching somebody else play. I just have to be careful about it. Yeah, that's totally fair, Sleepy. I played all of Dredge on my Steam Deck and it was great. I do think the story in the ice section of the DLC is really good. That's the one that's like in the south. Not the one that you've been finding the boxes for everywhere. That's the one in the north. The story for that one is weird. It's not as good or well written as the Icefield one, in my opinion. But it's still interesting. There is something like, if you try to finish your encyclopedia with the DLC, there's something really weird with the oil rig DLC that I can help you with when you get there. Because there's one hole in your encyclopedia after that you have to like do something really weird and specific for. And I ended up having to look it up. I was like, what the fuck is this? And the reason I couldn't figure it out was because it was something really fucking weird. It's good DLC in my opinion. Like, it's fun, and obviously I like the game, so there was more content, and I was like, yes, please. Oh, that'd be fun, Sleepy. Yeah. I do enjoy watching people play game. It's actually one of the things that Grim and I did the most often when we hang out. It's just me watching Grim play whatever game she's into at the moment. And I will say, I don't make as many fun sounds as you when I play Dredge, but that's mostly because I don't crash as often as you, I think. You have died in Dredge more times in your one playthrough than I have in all 3 of mine. Just throwing that out there. it gets really hard when you're really zooming too. Like as you upgrade your engines, sometimes you like leave the dry dock and you're like, oh shit. But that was so funny, Sleepy. Just like the perfect dodge. I don't like the way it looks because it's not finished, Katie. Stop. Yeah. Everything is getting more expensive for sure, but also you kind of got to figure out how to balance what you want with what you can afford. Getting closer. Ugh. Yeah, I need to get better about saving. But with like starting up the business and everything, there's like just a lot of costs you gotta do, so gotta level it out, you know? Alright, have fun, Cap. Tell Nerdling I say hello and to break a leg. Thank you, Sleepy. I appreciate that. There's one of those things where it's like so many tiny little pieces. It feels very overwhelming today. But I know that's just because like my head state. I know that I'm capable of doing this and it'll be fine. It's just like, ugh, everything is a step today. Yeah, thank you. Gotta keep trucking. Ugh. I do really want to get this one done because I do like it, but also self-imposed deadlines. Well, kind of self-imposed, not completely. It'll be fine. I also need to figure out what I'm gonna eat for lunch today. I might have the same thing I had yesterday, actually. I think I still have enough of all of those to do that. Yesterday I had apple slices with peanut butter, and some beef jerky and some potato chips and an Olipop. Smoothie. I do actually have a juicer. I should start using that more often. Okay. Hi, Tomato! Oh no. I'm assuming it's somebody you don't see very often though, so that's probably like reasonable to some degree. Yeah. White people do be looking alike, it's true. I say this as a white person if you couldn't tell from like my blinding white flesh. I am a white people. All right. Safe travels, Teds. Good to see you. That's very Anchorage coded too, honestly. I think that's just white man coded. Like there's a certain type. Yeah. I would think like the kind of people who would own the kind of shop that you guys have would also tend to look alike and be alike, so it would be even harder to pick them out. Because, like, that kind of business is a certain kind of person, you know? I'm glad he's nice. That's good. It seems like your managers are generally pretty good. I can tell you apart, Al. You're actually pretty distinctive look. Especially with the hair. That's so cute. I love that. Maybe you'll just have to learn to take a compliment, Sleepy. I don't know. Yeah, they are, Al. Yes, the popcorn machine is good. Have you guys cleaned it yet? You need to eat more popcorn for me. I have gotten more stubborn people than you to take compliments correctly before, Sleepy. Don't test me. No more popcorn. Oh, good work, Tomato. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yes, I know it is in your nature, but it is also in your nature to acquiesce once I use the voice. You know? We just have to do the little dance, otherwise you won't do it. I don't do math. I'm too gay. Yeah. Well, Sleepy wants to be soup. I do have to do business math, but I use spreadsheets to make them do the math for me. I know how to do the formulas. So I just set up my spreadsheet at the beginning of the year and then it does all the maths for me. Because I'm not gonna work harder than I have to. Honestly. Well, that's a lie. Honestly, that is a straight up lie. But not when I'm doing math anyway. I excel at it, Al. I think they probably can get a better deal with business manufacturers, Coconut, because they're talking about the business. So. I will tell you something that might get me kicked out of America. God, I can only hope. I don't like the Costco hot dogs. I don't like them. Yeah, exactly, Sleepy. It's not your problem. I have tried the Polish sausage and I don't like it either. I'm weirdly specific about hot dogs. You can have my hot dog anytime you want, Sleepy, as long as you're behaving. Yeah, they are. If you want all beef, you have to look for specific brands. I like the hot dogs that are what I call the Beaks and Butts edition. I like Ballpark Franks with the mixed pork and chicken. And I eat them cold directly out of the refrigerator. And yeah, you can all leave now. It's fine. Because that's the good texture. That's when it's the good texture. And part of the reason why I don't like the Costco ones is because the texture is a little grainier, and I don't like the spice mix that's in it. It might be Sleepy, I don't know. Yeah, you aren't gonna like this either, Al. I'm not a big fan of onions. Oh, we have, if you know the right people, you can get people who make, like, their own moose sausage up here, and that's usually pretty good. There was somebody I worked with once who made, moose summer sausage. It was so good. You have to know the right people, though. Same with smoked salmon. There are some people up here who make their own smoked salmon. It's so good. Ah, gotcha. Ew, why do you guys like onions? I also don't like gravy. I do regularly get, because we do shop at Costco, when my brother goes, I will often get a smoothie and a slice of pizza, or thank you, Diabra. Good to see you. I hope your day is going well. I guess it's night for you, perhaps. I hope whatever time zone you're in is going well. I always forget where everybody is, even if I did know. The Costco pizza is like it's good cheap pizza, but it is still cheap pizza, you know? 9, not too late then, but still later than it is here. Yeah, exactly, Sleepy. And it is very greasy pizza. I usually break out the day after I eat it. But sometimes we need to suffer for our passions, you know? Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, it just hits different. Yes, Sleepy. Absolutely. So when we moved up here, we were driving to the house that my dad had gotten, like from the airport, and I saw this absolutely hideous sign for a burger joint, and I was like, that place is gonna have really good burgers. We need to go there. I was so right, but it's also just like a disgusting store. Like it's old and ancient, and the guy who runs it is gonna fall apart if you look at him wrong, but their burgers are really good. Oh my god, Sleepy. Yes, good pizza or mall pizza for sure. I will say, one of the really, I don't know, the cheaper pizza places that I really like is Little Caesars, but I don't get pizza from there. I just eat like 6 pounds of crazy bread. Oh my gosh, yeah. Sometimes you need food that is not real. You know what I mean? You need something that is like half a step away from being inedible. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna have microplastics in all of us, we might as well do them in a way, like get them in there in a way that is enjoyable to us. You know? You know? Oh God, there is a local pizza place here that is just fucking awful. Like, it's so bad. And it's like the cheapest food you've ever seen in your life, and it's just horrible quality, and the people who run it are horrible. And they run the most massive amount of ad campaigns in the world. So, like, even though I have not eaten anything from that restaurant in over a decade, I can probably still remember the phone number just because of how often they play ads. And it's awful. I hate them. Their food is bad. Like, there is nothing good about it. The only reason that they are still in business is because they deliver 24 hours a day. So, like, if you're desperate and high, yeah, you can get that, but you'll regret it. Oh, God. I can't say that out loud, but you made me think of something now. It's a sequit. A little squeakwit. Let me check something really fast. Some people know what I'm talking about, but some people don't. Nope, still not. Alright. I will DM it to you after stream. How about that? I'll do my best to remember. That's so funny, Sleepy. Sometimes, like, food and the experience is just awful, but there's something about it that, like, imprinted on your brain at a specific point in time, and so you'll never be rid of it. I was definitely like that with a couple of things. So, like, um, Country Crock margarine is one, where, like, sometimes that's the only thing that'll hit. Even though I came out of a butter family, um, like, sometimes you just need some margarine, you know? And another one is the Tostino's queso dip that is, like, shelf stable and is objectively disgusting, but I need it for reasons.
Now, here comes the music.
Yeah, see, I grew up in a purely butter family, but once I moved out, well, moved out is not exactly the right terminology there, but once I was living on my own ish, I was hanging out with a friend a lot whose family, like, was very much more a processed food family than I was. Like, my mom always made stuff from scratch, like scratch for a lot of it. Like, we didn't do that with pasta until we were adults, but she was very much a make your own sauce from scratch, that kind of stuff. She liked cooking, and so she cooked a lot. And so I was suddenly hanging out with this family who had completely different food habits than I did. And that was also when I realized that most families didn't treat each other like my family treated each other. And so a lot of that stuff, like, cemented in my head. Even though I don't spend time with that family anymore and I don't talk to anybody in it, there are certain things that just I eat whenever I'm feeling out of control because it reminds me of a time when I was learning that I could control what was around me. Um, so, like, the Tostinos, cheese snot, and stuff like that. It's just, like, such a specific vibe to me. And so I crave it at really specific times in the year. It's so weird. Yes, bagel bites. See, we were always a pizza roll family. That was, like, what my dad would feed us when my mom was out of town. Yep, yep. I remember, like, when bagel bites were, like, became a thing, and it was, like, the coolest thing you could have. And then I tried one, and I was like, these suck, actually. But I was so excited to try them because it wasn't something my mom would get me. And mostly the stuff that she wouldn't give me was just that it was more expensive than we could really afford. But God, the school lunch pizzas that we had were, like, so specific and, like, not good. Like, they were not good food, you know, but that's my childhood. Kind of like, I don't know, stuff like Dunkaroos and stuff like that, because I really was raised in a very specific food era for the United States. So, like, I had purple ketchup and green ketchup and Shrek branded ketchup and, you know, like, kid cuisine, frozen little meals, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly, Sleepy. Because it's not just a food anymore, it's a memory, right? So it connects you to a certain feeling or a certain time that you don't always remember, but if you have that food, you can get a little piece of it back, right? God, like the Cream Savers candies, I miss those. Bring them back. Also, some of the Sobe drinks that I used to have that don't exist anymore. I miss her. Oh my god, that starting note was so loud for me. Ooh, I got spooked. I don't know, Sleepy. I will look that up and we can see for a second here. Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing the finishing touches on this on my own because I'm going to run out of steam soon. Ah, do they have the caramel ones? Because those were my favorite. I need to look at them. Oh, they do look really similar. Yeah, see, the caramel one was my favorite, but the strawberry one would be good too. I know that Cream Savers came back for like a hot second at like specific dollar stores or something, but they only brought back the fruit ones. I was like, why wouldn't you bring my wife back to me? I miss her. She's been gone for so long. Yeah. Just like the things that I'll never find again. Oh gosh, there's one specific grocery chain in the Pacific Northwest called Winco, and their bakery department made when I was a kid specifically, made raspberry croissants, which were just like freeze-dried raspberry powder mixed into like cream cheese and then piped into a bakery croissant. They've stopped making them. I can never have it again, and I dream about her. I miss them. Like, those were my favorites when I was a kid, and I can never have them again. And that's cruel. It's cruel to me as a person. It is a crime against my person. Like, maybe I could figure out how to make them myself, but also that's a lot of work. Yes, Sleepy. Oh my god. That's how I feel about Cookie Crisp. It used to be better, but they did something to it and now it's the wrong texture. Because, like, one of the things about being in my era of growing up is that a lot of sugar was changed from cane sugar to corn syrup. So you would have something that was normal, and then all of a sudden the sugar type would change and it would completely change the texture and the taste. I also miss a lot of the sour candies from the early 2000s, because there was one specifically that was like a test tube. And it was just goo, like it was sour goo, and there was a gummy worm in it. And they stopped making that really fast, but I have fond memories of slurping that shit down. Exactly, Al. Like, why aren't we allowed to have good things? I will do a stretchy, thank you. I ate warheads in the most cursed way.
Oh my god, why can't you just take the freaking car?
I would lick all the sour powder off and then eat the candy. Mm-hmm. No, see, I would specifically lick. Yeah, I would lick the sour off so that I would only get a little bit of sour at a time. Otherwise, I found it too overwhelming, and I realize now that it was overstim. And then I would eat the candy like normal once all the sour was off of it. So yeah, Sleepy, we were like made to eat one warhead candy. I guess you can suck all the sour off, and then I'll eat the rest of the candy. Clearly, I'll have to come visit with a like massive bag of warheads, and you can suck all the sour off and damage the inside of your mouth, and then I'll take the rest of it. I also need to say something nice about myself. Again, because Grim likes to bully me. How about I got a really big custom order, like a commission. And I've been really organized and good about it, so I got it all put together and figured out and priced out in less than a week. And I'm super organized about it, and I'm really happy. Sure, Grim. I know more about you than that, but I won't out you on stream. Mm-hmm. I've been killing it lately, even if I'm so tired. Oh, I'll say something nice about Sleepy. Yeah, sure. Sleepy is legitimately one of the most genuine people I know and has worked on themselves so hard lately, just as long as I've known them, to be able to open up and be vulnerable with people in a way that they couldn't before. And I'm super proud of them for that, because that's a lot of really hard personal work to do. And Sleepy just saw that they needed to do that work and like jumped headlong in. And now we get to know the genuine Sleepy, who is just like a wonderful person, and I'm so happy they're in my life. Waiting for my secure password. It's just the truth, Sleepy. You've been working really hard on yourself. Sleepy and I were talking about how bottoms make secure passwords the other day. Was that yesterday? I don't know. Sleepy and I talk a lot. I think the only person I talk to more than Sleepy is my boyfriend at this point. Yeah, we just vibe. Like, we're good friends, you know? Sometimes you just find people that you mesh with. Yeah, it's nice, Sleepy, and I'm glad I get to be that for you. I've got like a good squad of people who I can like send things to. But you and I just are so aligned on so many things. Especially with like, I don't know, the level of insightfulness that we have in ourselves. You know? Yeah, because I want to know you. That's the thing. Once you like let people actually know you, you're fine with sending things that may seem out of the topic or whatever, because you just want the other person to know you, right? So we just share things that we both like. Which is good. That's also a big step for people who have had like, I don't know, some trauma or just difficulty around sharing things about themselves because people didn't take them seriously or didn't give them the consideration, you know, to learn about their stuff. And it's hard to like retrain yourself to realize that that's actually safe with the right people. So. Yeah, Sleepy. You've been doing better about that lately, though, legitimately. Like, yes, you do your little hee-hee-ha-has, but you've also been, you know, opening up more in general. I think I'm gonna have to call it pretty soon because my throat is starting to be mad at me. And I do need to talk a bunch more tomorrow, too, because I'm doing a collab with Sleepy. So you can get more of whatever this is that we're discussing right now, and some Sleepy moaning, probably. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll probably make some tea. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I think I'm gonna finish carving out the basic shadows on these guys, and then I will end. And I think I'll probably finish this one off stream. And then we can get started on the other one on Monday. For the next couple weeks, so this Monday I will be streaming. The next 2 Mondays after that I will not be streaming. I have a extended model session across 4 class periods. So 2 Mondays and 2 Wednesdays I will not be around, which the Wednesday doesn't affect you guys, but the Monday does. So that will be a thing. And then hopefully we'll be back to normal for a little bit until I have to go get an organ ripped out of my body. And then I don't know what's gonna happen, because I gotta just see how I heal up, you know? But I'll keep people updated on social media and stuff for that. And it's a pretty, like, yes, I'm getting an organ removed, so I will need to heal from it, but it's generally a pretty, easy journey after that. Like, I get to leave the hospital the same day and stuff, so it's not a huge one, but I do need to be careful about how often I sit up, which is why fewer streams probably. And I'll just be really tired, so I can just take the time to rest, you know? Thank you. I was worried about that, honestly, because it's hard to, especially in paintings where I can't necessarily just do like a Gaussian blur on the background or whatever. It's kind of hard to make that without changing your depth of field necessarily. That's a big part of this photo that I took, so thank you. I was worried about it, but I'm glad it's turning out well. Thank you, Diabra. And yeah, I'll keep people updated and everything. It shouldn't be a big deal in the long run, other than the fact that I won't have to suffer as much as I've been suffering. So. Okay. I want to carve out right here a little bit too. I'm really glad I was able to get that handled this year. I mentioned on stream before I left for holidays and stuff that was on my list of goals for this year, was to get that started. Not even get it accomplished, just get it started. And I think I did a little more than starting it. So, all excellent, honestly. I'm really pleased about that. Yeah, well, my thing is that on my to-do list, I will put the starting task and not the whole task. And then once I get started, it's easier to just continue on, right? So, and even if you just can manage to do the starting task, then you've done the thing on your to-do list, right? Set achievable goals for yourself. It's important. All right. Just in time for me to raid out, Tomato. Good timing. Let me decide what the heck I'm doing. Sorry, Tomato. Oh, I should take a photo of this before we raid out, actually. Yeah, I think there's a little bit more depth work I need to do, like right in here. But I think it'll be fine. I think that's just because I have this really big ice chunk here that hasn't been carved out as well as the other spots have, and then that'll be better. I just need to get the shadows a little bit deeper on a few of those, and it'll be better. Yeah, so I will see you guys on Monday. We will probably be working on our next project. Hopefully I can get this done, or at least most of the way done. Our next one is going to be another stamp, but it's going to be some forget-me-nots in the shape of a heart, and it's going to be super cute. So we'll be working on that next. Maybe I'll still have some stuff to do on this. Maybe I won't. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I'm playing it by ear a little bit since my brain is a little wonky. I gotta see what I'm up for and what I'm not up for. Oh, let me switch over to the ending screen because that's what's happening. Yeah, and a reminder that I will be collabing with Sleepy tomorrow. So if you haven't followed Sleepy, you should follow Sleepy so that you can come and see me and we can hang out and have fun times together. Let me pull up this. Because Rainbow is live, so we're gonna go on the Rainbow. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be weird. It can't not be weird with both Sleepy and me, I think. So Sleepy did put the raid commands in the chat. The first one has emoji that you can use anywhere on Twitch, no matter your subscription status. The second one has an emote that you can use if you are subscribed to my channel. So please copy and paste the one that is relevant to you as we go and visit Rainbow. And if you don't know Rainbow, I'm not sure how you haven't managed to know Rainbow. Knowing me, but Rainbow is an awesome artist. She's working on her monthly sub drawing, so she does a drawing where she does all of her subscribers, and this year's theme is music, and the theme for this month specifically, the type of music is metal, and it's really cool. So you should join us and hang out, and Rainbow's a good place to lurk if you're feeling like lurky. Or lurky turkey, as I've been saying lately. Can you tell that my throat hurts? Goodness gracious. That's what I get for cleaning. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of or be kind to yourself for yourself, please do so for me. Because I think you're awesome and deserve nice things, including from yourself, even on the days when it's really hard. And I will see most of you tomorrow with Sleepy. All right? Yeah. Thanks for chatting, Sleepy. I always have fun chatting with you. And just chat in general. Thanks for hanging out, folks. All right. I will see you next time. Bye.